There we go. Some say we're live. Hello there. How was your weekend? I hope it was fantastic. I believe this is the first time in 2 weeks, possibly 3 weeks, that I'm going live. Anyways, but I thought that would be as good as time as ever. So, how's your last 2-3 weeks been? I hope it's been fantastic. I really do hope it's been fantastic. So yeah, this past week was an interesting one in my opinion. The week before, so at some stage I had this brilliant idea on Thursday. I had this brilliant idea that I wanted to go away for the weekend, and a lot of times I get a little bit of kick against it, where people say, no, don't. So this was me saying, well, you know what? I think it's a good idea. Let's do this. So I planned a couple of things, but I obviously didn't plan everything. There's no way you can plan everything. Something I did plan, however, was the music I was going to take with. Now, obviously this one, and I went live a while back about this. Brilliant stuff. Properly enjoyed it, to be honest with you. Greatest hits, Queen's greatest hits, 1, 2, and 3. My wife seemed to have liked the third album a lot. I like the first and second ones, but anyways, that's not it. But then I decided to take a bit of a curveball with, just in case, and this was what I took with. Now, I was only able to listen to the first CD. We never got to the second CD. I was really stopped from going to the second CD, and that's okay. But don't drop your phone while you're going live. But it was fun. I started off with Madness, and then we moved into Queen, and then we did a bunch of stuff. Listened to some music, listened to some stuff on iTunes. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we drove to DC. It's about 6 hours there. Drove to DC. It was fun. Walked around. My wife's never seen the Lincoln Memorial, so her and she's always wanted to see it forever. So we went to the Lincoln Memorial, the White House, you know, the normal stuff that people do while they're in Washington D.C. So that was a bit of fun. Properly enjoyed it. It was great, and yeah, I did take some video there. There was actually quite a bit of video that I took there, quite a bit of stills as well. And by tomorrow, I think 8:30, there'll be a short that drops from that trip. DC, by the way, Washington DC was just gorgeous. We didn't get to talk to too many people while we were in Washington DC, because it wasn't about anything other than, you know, my wife wanting to see a couple of things. So it was fun. World War II Memorial is just spectacular. And what else was there? Obviously the obelisk and so on. So there were a couple of things that we went to and properly enjoyed. The White House. These are things that you see on television, but you really do not have any idea of scope when you look at it. So the Lincoln Memorial was probably, I remember the first time I saw it live, or I saw the actual Lincoln Memorial in real life, and it was so much bigger than what I thought it was. By far was bigger. I don't think I was ever prepared for it. So yeah, it was great fun. That's Washington, D.C. Now, when we left, we had spoken to my mother-in-law, and she's planning on coming to visit here in the US. We haven't seen her since 2019. Yeah, just before COVID. She is 78 at the moment. I saw her last year when I went to go visit. So that was good. That was really good. But so I saw her what almost 6 months back now. So it was good talking to her. We had a great conversation. My wife said, asked her whether she was going to come visit, or I may have asked her whether she's coming to visit, and she said yes, this year, probably about June, July, somewhere there, when it's really cold in South Africa. She'll be visiting here when it's really hot, and yeah, so great stuff. I I don't mind at all. So we were talking about just the logistics and so on. So we'll probably get her airplane ticket so she can come visit. That's fine. But the interesting part, and forgive me for backtracking quickly, the interesting part was she will only be coming for 2 months in June and July because of a couple of things that I didn't know. So I believe that they're lifting now that you can travel here without being fully vaccinated. So that was interesting. I didn't know that was the case. While I traveled to South Africa, there was no requirements when I entered the UK, when I entered South Africa. Nobody asked for anything. Nobody asked for any documentation. Everything was fine. So that was fine. Um, so yeah, I just assumed that uh, we didn't require it in the US, but apparently we still do. So I'm not sure whether she still needs to have a couple of things done, but either way, it's fine. It's fine. She said she'll be fine by June, July. So I'm looking forward to seeing her. And my wife was talking about, well, while we, um, or when we pick her up, and it'll probably be um, American Airlines where we get her ticket. So we'll probably get her to fly to either New York, to JFK or LaGuardia or one of those airports, or Washington, D.C. And she said, how far is um, Buffalo, the Niagara Falls, from where we are? And while we were traveling, oh, that's interesting. There's something pinging on my phone. Wow, didn't know that. How bizarre. Anyway, so while I was driving, now I had already set my Maps application to go to our house, so it was already planned. So I asked a question. I said, "Hey Siri."
Uh-huh.
Sorry about that. So I said, and she responded. My question was, how far is Niagara Falls from where we are? Just to get like a ballpark figure, how many miles and so on. It was 400 and something from where we were. And then Apple Maps included Niagara Falls as a place where we were going. Now you've got to understand, Washington D.C. is here. We live here in North Carolina, and then Washington DC here again. Niagara Falls is over here. It's like probably the same distance from North Carolina to Niagara Falls. So it was like 450 or something miles, something similar. So all of a sudden, the GPS, I didn't notice that it took me in a different direction. It was like I didn't all of a sudden I didn't see the towns that I was expecting to see pop up. So I just thought it took me on a different route. All of a sudden, somewhere in Pennsylvania came up. I said, "Hold on," I said to the missus, "Hold on, we're not going to North Carolina. Pennsylvania is the opposite direction of where we're headed." And she said, "Okay." Well, she grabbed her iPhone and she said, "Oh, we're in Maryland. Maryland's north of where we were. So we'd been driving an hour and a half in the wrong direction." And it had us arriving in North Carolina at a house at like 2:30 in the morning. And I said, "Listen, so it's an hour and a half out and it's an hour and a half back. It's 3 hours to get to where we were an hour and a half ago." So, long story short, ended we ended up turning around, staying at a hotel. Everything for like probably the first hour that we tried to stop at hotels. We stopped at, I don't know, countless hotels. Um, Checking with them if there's space. I don't know what was going on. Obviously, it was spring break and so on, or end of spring break, so they probably would have been a lot of people on the road. But we stayed at a hotel, and it was really clean, really nice. I didn't have a weird sense. They gave us breakfast, which was really not breakfast, shall we say. It was a banana with these squishy bars or something and a water. I had a coffee, and then Zach also had a coffee, and my wife had a coffee. Both of them had, yeah, well, that's not the point. So he had a coffee, these tiny little polystyrene cups, which I absolutely detest, but that's fine. I at least I didn't spill mine all over myself. Zach, however, did. So the kid has some challenges, but it's fine. It's a lot of fun. So early, roughly about 9 o'clock, we were all everybody's taken a shower. Everybody feels better at least. So we got on the road. My wife said, "Listen, I'm a little bit peckish." We stopped off at this place, which the food was just, it was a buffet, but it wasn't a Golden Corral buffet. It was like a proper buffet. The food was magnificent. And it was hygienic. It was really cool. So yeah, that was great. And then we got in the car, started driving. Everybody fell asleep. Everybody woke up. Everybody got irritated. The normal stuff of a road trip. And I cured everybody's irritation with some. What did I play? I played something. Well, there we go. That's what I was playing. I'm on Amaranth. And I guess we ended up must have played the entire album, and yeah, restarted because Victory March is like the fourth song or something. So every single time I could hear the kids getting a little bit escalated, volume escalated, and soon they were conditioned, shall we say, that certain behaviors would not be tolerated. So it was fun. It was good. My wife said it at one stage, you're the only person that enjoys this music. And I said, yeah. Do you want me to put something else on, and you can see how the kids handle or deal with the music, as soon as it's something that everybody likes? And she said, she said something, and I just said, okay, yeah, suppose not. Yeah, so that was the trip. Got home around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock or something. And I must be honest, after probably about, oh goodness, a good 5 hours, 6 hours on the road today, I was a little bit knackered, to be honest. So got home, um, everything was unpacked, everything was cleaned out of the car. The car's still filthy because I don't know. It's at one stage there were just a ton of bugs. We flew through a ton of bugs, and these little kamikazes, they committed suicide against my windshield and so on. So yeah, long story short, it was good fun. So I'll probably take the Ford tomorrow, take it in for a wash. Whenever we go on a long trip, I do clean the car perfectly. Um, so probably tomorrow I'll take it for a proper wash again, have it cleaned properly again. So that should be fine. That's not a problem. And then what else? After I got home, I had to take a snooze. I was just knackered. I needed to take a quick snooze. So 5:30, there's a video that just went live, a short, that is, not a video, a short, that is. So a short just went live 5:30, and it was around removing audio from a video clip on Luma Fusion. It was something I ran into. We were listening to while I was videoing. We were listening to some Queen, and I didn't want to get a strike or something to that effect on my end, so that's fine. And then what else? Oh, I didn't know this. Look at this. There I am. Look at me. So, anyways, yeah, isn't that fun? I didn't know that I would show up there as on my YouTube feed. I guess that's fine. What else? Oh, and then tomorrow, one of the videos from the DC trip will go live. So I'll give a little bit more information, I think, about it. It should be fine. And then what else was there? What else was interesting? What else happened that was interesting? Oh, so a quick thing for you guys that have beards, if you travel, do you take a bunch of stuff with to look after your beard? Because I have some special stuff that I'll wash my beard with, and that works really well. It makes my beard feel better. Um, but I tried to wash it with some shampoo and conditioner. That did not go well. I'll be honest with you. That did not feel fantastic. So I wonder if there's a couple of things. Maybe I must pack like one of those little bags that you take with to look after your beard and moustache. My moustache was really well behaved. It didn't complain too much, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I want to grow my mustache. I know I said it the last time, but this time I'm serious. I want to grow it down, and then I want to be able to braid it and look after it a little bit. That should be fun. I think it'll be fun. I look forward to it. So yeah, we'll see if that ever happens. But yeah, so I think this is a really good place to wrap up this video. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, let me give you a quick breakdown of what you can expect on this channel. A couple of really basic things that I do is I I do a lot of videos about some of the music that I enjoy and some of the music that I find fascinating. So that's the one thing. If you into Sisters of Mercy and Fields of Nephilim, the Cure, and the subcultures, all of those, then this is a channel you'll enjoy. And then from time to time, I do um, not travel videos. That would be a complete overstatement. But what we do is we'll go somewhere and I'll take a couple of videos and take a couple of photos and talk about some of the experiences in the area. So tomorrow there's a short format coming up, and then later on there'll be a longer format that we'll submit probably in a couple of days. Um, I think we also do like I said, there's a lot of stuff like the ska music madness and Queen and Rolling Stones. There's a bunch of them that we have from time to time. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Sometimes something I haven't done on this channel, but I had a channel which this one replaced. I purely by accident deleted an entire channel. I had a couple of these test channels, and what happened with the channel was I tried to delete a couple of these test channels, and the main channel that I was using at the time, I deleted purely by accident. It was 100% my fault. So I created this channel, and this is now what I'm doing. But back then, what I would do is I would pop a camera in the car and I would record myself from probably about a minute or two from jumping in the car and driving. I would start recording and I would drive and just talk to the camera and have a heart to heart. So I haven't done this I haven't done it on this channel, but that's something that I'm definitely going to do. So yeah, that should be interesting. And then a couple of other things that I'll do this summer, especially, is like go out on a couple of day trips and take you guys with it and so on. Something that I'm doing now on this channel, which I've never done before, not really tried before, was I've never really done these live sessions. And what I do like about these live sessions is really I have an idea of what I want to talk about, but I do not script any of this. This is just solid conversation, very similar to you get in the car, you record like a 30-minute heart to heart and unedited, um, just solid conversation, no filters, no nothing. So those are always a lot of fun. But yeah, like I said, I haven't done that in a while. I haven't had a reason to do any of those, but yeah, should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. Anyways, but yeah, I think this is a good place to cut the stream or end the stream. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining. I saw there were like in the last week, probably about 7 people that joined the the channel. Thank you so much. If you're new, if you've been here forever, thank you so much for sticking around. I do appreciate it. And yeah, for the most part, I'm going to call this one. Say thank you to anybody that joined, and wish you guys a lovely rest of your Sunday. Thanks for watching.